Pattaya is a city that piques curiosity all over the world. Located on the eastern coast of Thailand, this city is famous for its beaches, resorts, and above all, its vibrant nightlife. Among the many iconic places in Pattaya, one stands out for its unique character and intense energy. SOI 6. If you've heard of this street, you know it has a singular reputation. But is everything they say about it true? Today I will take you on a complete walk through SOI 6, showing you all the details of this place that attracts tourists from around the globe. We will explore the environment, observe the street's activity, and understand what makes it one of the most talked about spots in Pattaya. More than just a simple walk, this will be an immersion into one of the most authentic places in Thailand. But before we begin, if you enjoy this type of content about travel and culture, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any videos. Here you will find complete itineraries, travel tips, and real experiences in the most incredible destinations in the world. Also, don't forget to leave a like, as it greatly helps with the channel's promotion and motivates me to continue bringing this kind of content. Now let's get to the point. SOI 6 is a small street, only 300 meters long, but its fame transcends any geographical limits. It is known for its intense nightlife, the bars that line its length, and the constant flow of tourists and expatriates. But what exactly happens there? And what makes it so different from other streets in Pattaya? To answer these questions, let's walk through SOI 6 together and analyze every detail. As soon as we set foot on SOI 6, we immediately realize that this is not an ordinary place. The street's visuals are marked by flashing neon signs, loud music coming from the bars, and an uninterrupted flow of people coming and going. During the day, SOI 6 already has some activity, but it is at nightfall that it really comes to life. The contrast between day and night in SOI 6 is one of the most fascinating aspects of this place. Throughout this video, we will see how the street transforms as time passes, observe the interaction between tourists and locals, and understand what truly makes SOI 6 so talked about. Additionally, I will share some important tips for those planning to visit this area and want to make the most of the experience without any unpleasant surprises. If you have always been curious about SOI 6 or simply want to explore one of the most iconic spots in Pattaya without leaving home, this video is for you. Get ready for a walk full of discoveries with real information and a detailed view of this unique place. To understand SOI 6, we first need to know the context in which it is situated. Pattaya is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Thailand, attracting millions of visitors every year. Besides the beaches and luxury resorts, the city is famous for its vibrant nightlife, with bars, clubs, and entertainment areas scattered everywhere. Within this scenario, SOI 6 occupies a prominent place, being one of the most iconic and bustling streets in the region. But what differentiates SOI 6 from other famous areas in Pattaya, like Walking Street or SOI Bokao? The answer lies in its unique atmosphere. While Walking Street is a melting pot of nightclubs, light shows, and tourists exploring every corner, and SOI Bokao has a more laid-back vibe frequented by expatriates and long-term travelers, SOI 6 is different. It is compact, intense, and known for its always lively environment. SOI 6 is approximately 300 meters long, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in energy. The street is practically filled with bars, located one next to the other. Each of them has its own identity, ranging from quieter establishments to extremely lively ones, with loud music and a crowd always looking for fun. What stands out is the fact that, regardless of the time, SOI 6 is never truly empty. During the day, the activity is relatively lower, but the street is already buzzing. Many bars open early, and the first customers start arriving in the mid-afternoon. At this time, SOI 6 has a more relaxed pace, making it a good moment for those who want to explore the area without the nighttime hustle. However, as the sun begins to set, the scene changes dramatically. The neon lights take over, the music gets louder, and the street transforms. Another factor that makes SOI 6 stand out is the diversity of people passing through. Tourists from all over the world visit the street, either out of curiosity or to enjoy Pattaya's nightlife. In addition to them, expatriates living in the city and local residents also form part of the crowd that frequents the area. This mix of cultures creates a dynamic environment where there is always something happening. SOI 6 also has a structure that goes beyond the bars. Although they are the main attraction of the street, there are also small hotels, convenience stores, and street food stalls. In other words, it is possible to spend a considerable amount of time there without needing to leave to find basic services. As soon as we set foot on SOI 6, the first impression is striking. Even for those who have visited other busy areas of Pattaya, the atmosphere here is unique. The street is narrow, with almost non-existent sidewalks, and the bars are literally side by side, creating a compact and intense environment. The neon lights begin to stand out, and the sound of loud music coming from various establishments blends into a true sonic whirlwind. In the first few meters of the walk, we notice that SOI 6 has different types of bars. The first ones we encounter tend to be a bit quieter, with tables at the entrance where customers sit to have a beer and watch the activity. The attendants are friendly and invite passers-by to come in, a common habit in bars in Thailand. Along the street, we also notice the number of motorcycles that pass by all the time. SOI 6 is not a pedestrian-only street, so one must be careful while walking. The motorcycles weave quickly between people, and the traffic, although chaotic, seems to follow its own rhythm. For first-time visitors, this constant movement can be a bit confusing, but it soon becomes clear that it is part of the identity of the street. The diversity of tourists is also present right at the beginning of the walk. People from various parts of the world stroll along SOI 6, each with a different objective. Some are just exploring the area, curious to understand why this street is so talked about. Others already seem like regulars, interacting with the bar attendants as if they were old friends. This mix of profiles makes the environment even more interesting and unpredictable. As we pass by the first establishments, we start to notice the variety of styles of the bars. Some have a more relaxed atmosphere with moderate lighting and music at a reasonable volume. Others take a more extravagant approach with flashing lights and deafening sound. Each bar seems to have its own identity, making the walk a journey full of discoveries. Another notable characteristic of SOI 6 is Thai hospitality. Despite being an extremely touristy street, the service in the bars maintains the friendliness and warmth that are trademarks of the local culture. Thais are known for their warm approach, and this is evident in the way attendants interact with customers. We are still at the beginning of our walk, but we can already tell that SOI 6 is a place that never stands still. With every meter traveled, we find something new to observe. As we move along SOI 6, it becomes apparent that the flow of people never stops. No matter the time of day or night, there is always movement on the street. During the day, the pace is a bit calmer, yet still constant. Some bars open early, and the first customers start to arrive for a cold beer and to enjoy the sea breeze as the beach is just a few meters away. The flow of motorcycles continues to be a striking feature. Since SOI 6 is a narrow street, the space for pedestrians is limited, and motorcycles pass by all the time, deftly avoiding people with impressive accuracy. For those not used to it, it may seem chaotic, but for regulars, this is just the daily routine of the street. Another thing that stands out is the diversity of nationalities. You hear conversations in English, German, French, Russian, and many other languages. Pattaya is a global destination, and SOI 6 reflects this intensely. Besides tourists who come to experience the nightlife, there are also expatriates living in Thailand who frequent the street regularly. Many of them already have their favorite bars where they are treated almost like VIP customers. Street vendors are also part of the SOI 6 scene. Throughout the day, some street food stalls appear, offering meat skewers, grilled seafood, and even traditional Thai dishes like the famous Pad Thai. For those wanting a quick and cheap bite, this is a great option. But it's in the late afternoon that the energy of SOI 6 truly begins to change. The number of people on the street increases, and the music in the bars gets louder. Attendants become more active, calling pedestrians into the establishments. The street lighting starts to gain new colors with the flashing neon signs, and the atmosphere shifts from relaxed to electrifying. You can already tell that the night will be intense. The movement on the sidewalks intensifies, the bars begin to fill up, and the party vibe takes over SOI 6. There's a feeling in the air that the fun is just beginning. For first-time visitors, this transition from day to night is fascinating, as the street seems to transform before our eyes. Now that we understand how the flow of SOI 6 works and how the street changes throughout the day, it's time to explore the entertainment options that this place has to offer. Now that we know the movement of SOI 6, it's time to explore the entertainment options the street has to offer. While the main attraction is the bars, there is much more to see and do here. SOI 6 may seem like just a small street, but the variety of experiences it provides is impressive. One of the first things that catches the eye is the different styles of bars scattered along the street. Each has its own identity, ranging from quieter places to extremely lively bars where loud music and flashing lights create a constant party atmosphere. If you just want to sit, have a Thai beer, and people watch, there are ideal options for that. But if you prefer a more bustling spot with people dancing and a pulsing sound, there are plenty of alternatives as well. Another interesting point is the happy hours. Many bars offer drink promotions at certain times, usually between mid-afternoon and early evening. This means it's possible to try different drinks and local beers at more affordable prices. For those looking to save money, this is a great opportunity. In addition to drinks, many bars offer games and entertainment for customers. Pool is one of the most common options, and in almost any bar on SOI 6, you will find a table available. There are also dart games and, in some places, drink challenges where customers can try to drink certain amounts within a specific time to win prizes or discounts. These challenges are popular among tourists who end up making the experience even more fun and interactive. But SOI 6 is not just about bars. There are also some shops and street food stalls where you can find everything from quick snacks to more elaborate dishes. Chicken and pork skewers are cheap and delicious options, perfect for those who want something to eat without leaving the street environment. In addition, there are small markets and convenience stores for those who need to buy something quickly. For those wishing to stay in the heart of the action, SOI 6 also has small hotels and guest houses. These accommodations are simple but offer the essentials for those who want to be close to the action. The advantage is the strategic location, just minutes from the beach and surrounded by entertainment options. However, it's important to remember that SOI 6 is a very noisy area at night, so it may not be the best choice for those seeking tranquility. Regardless of what you are looking for, SOI 6 has something to offer. Whether it's enjoying the nightlife, playing a game of pool, trying Thai cuisine, or simply observing the constant flow of tourists and locals, this small street has an energy that's hard to find anywhere else. Visiting SOI 6 can be an incredible experience, but like any busy tourist area, it's important to pay attention to some details to ensure a safe and trouble-free visit. The street has a friendly and vibrant atmosphere, but there are certain precautions that every visitor should take to avoid unforeseen issues. The first thing to consider is respecting local rules. Thailand has strict laws regarding public behavior, and Pattaya has been undergoing greater control over its nightlife in recent years. This means that while the city is still known for fun, there is increasing enforcement to ensure that laws are respected. Therefore, avoid any inappropriate behavior, such as public arguments or the consumption of prohibited substances. Another important point is to be attentive to prices. Although many bars on SOI 6 have affordable prices, it's always good to ask about the cost of drinks and services before consuming. In some cases, the bill may end up being higher than expected. To avoid unpleasant surprises, always check the menu and confirm the prices before ordering anything. Taking care of personal belongings is also essential. Just like in any busy tourist spot, it's always advisable to keep your wallet, phone, and other valuables secured. Although SOI 6 is not an especially dangerous place, occasional thefts can happen, especially in very crowded areas. One tip is to avoid carrying large amounts of cash and, if possible, use a secure pocket or a discreet fanny pack to keep your belongings protected. A common question among first-time tourists visiting SOI 6 is whether the street is safe for those who are alone. Generally speaking, yes, it is a relatively safe place, especially if you follow basic precautionary tips. However, it's always wise to be cautious when accepting invitations from strangers to go to places off the main street. If you plan to drink, do so in moderation to avoid situations where you might be vulnerable. Another point that deserves attention is transportation. Since SOI 6 is a very busy street, it can be a bit difficult to get a taxi or a rideshare quickly. Many visitors prefer to use motorcycle taxis, a common option in Thailand. If you choose this means of transportation, always negotiate the price before getting on the bike to avoid overcharging. If you are visiting SOI 6 for the first time, a good tip is to start your outing earlier before the peak of the nighttime crowd. This allows you to explore the street more calmly, better understand the environment, and choose the places where you want to spend more time. This way, you avoid making hasty decisions amid the noise and excitement of the night. If during the day SOI 6 already has movement and its own energy, at night the street transforms completely. As soon as the sun sets, the neon lights begin to shine more brightly, and the music in the bars gets louder. What was once a relatively quiet street now becomes a true spectacle of colors, sounds, and interactions. The flow of tourists and locals quickly grows, and the street comes alive. Now, it is almost impossible to walk without noticing the buzz around. The sidewalks become crowded, and the comings and goings of people make the atmosphere even more dynamic. The bar staff become more active, calling pedestrians into their establishments. The vibe is one of pure relaxation, and the overall feeling is that the night is just beginning. A striking feature of SOI 6 at night is the diversity of its crowd. Here, you find everything from groups of friends looking for fun to solo travelers exploring the Thai nightlife. Expatriates living in Pattaya are also a constant presence, many of them already accustomed to the environment and with their favorite bars. Interestingly, despite the hustle and bustle, the atmosphere of the street remains welcoming. In addition to the increase in foot traffic, there is also an intensification of the competition among bars to attract customers. Drink promotions become more frequent, and some establishments even offer live entertainment. On certain nights, it is possible to find bars with musical performances or DJs playing different styles, from electronic to international pop. Another aspect that stands out is the visual impact of SOI 6 at night. The glow of the neon signs reflects on the asphalt, creating a unique landscape. The contrast between the artificial lights and the night sky gives the street a cinematic feel, something that is hard to find elsewhere. For those who enjoy photography or recording videos, this is the perfect time to capture amazing images. However, with the night also comes the need for a bit more attention. As the flow of people increases, it's always good to double your care with personal belongings and remain cautious when consuming alcoholic beverages. In addition, motorcycle traffic remains intense, and crossing the street may require more attention than during the day. The energy of SOI 6 at night is contagious. There's a feeling that the fun never ends, and for many visitors, this experience becomes unforgettable. Those who enjoy a lively atmosphere and want to experience Pattaya's nightlife in its most authentic form will find SOI 6 one of the best places for that. Now that we have explored all the details of SOI 6, from its daytime activity to the transformation that occurs at night, the question arises, is it worth visiting this street? The answer largely depends on the type of experience you are seeking in Pattaya. If you enjoy lively places full of energy and want to discover one of the most iconic sides of Thai nightlife, SOI 6 is definitely a location worth visiting. The street has a unique vibe where different cultures meet and where there is always something happening. The interaction with people from all over the world, the themed bars, and the vibrant atmosphere make it one of the most dynamic spots in the city. On the other hand, if you are looking for a quieter environment focused on fine dining or cultural outings, SOI 6 may not be the best choice. Although Pattaya has various options for all traveler profiles, this specific street is aimed at an audience seeking nighttime fun and an intense experience. If you prefer something more relaxing, beaches like Jamshin Beach or the Naklua area may be more interesting alternatives. Another point to consider is the profile of the visitor. SOI 6 is frequented by different types of people, from curious tourists to expatriates who have lived in Thailand for years. If you're the type who enjoys exploring local culture and understanding a city's dynamics beyond conventional tourist spots, walking through SOI 6 can be an enriching experience. Even if it is not the kind of environment you would normally visit, simply observing the movement and feeling the energy of the place can be interesting. For those visiting Pattaya for the first time, the recommendation is to go without high expectations and just enjoy the moment. SOI 6 should not be compared to other more structured places in the city, like shopping malls or upscale restaurants. What makes this street special is precisely its spontaneity and raw energy, something that is not easily found elsewhere. Furthermore, a visit to SOI 6 can be done in different ways. Some people pass quickly through the street just to experience the atmosphere, while others prefer to enter one of the bars, order a drink, and watch the scene. There is no right or wrong way to enjoy the location. It all depends on what you are looking for in your trip. In the end, SOI 6 reflects the essence of Pattaya, a vibrant city full of contrasts with options for all tastes. Is it worth visiting? It depends on your travel style. But one thing is certain, those who pass through this street are unlikely to forget the experience. After this complete walk through SOI 6, it is clear that this small street has its own identity within Pattaya. From the beginning of the day when the movement is still calm, to the explosion of colors and sounds that takes over at night, SOI 6 remains one of the most intense and dynamic places in the city. We explored every detail of this iconic street, from its history and characteristics to the entertainment options available. We saw how the flow of tourists and expatriates creates a unique atmosphere and how the street transforms completely as night falls. We also discussed safety, precautions, and important tips for those who want to visit SOI 6 without unpleasant surprises. But in the end, the big question remains, is it worth getting to know SOI 6? As we saw in the last chapter, this answer largely depends on the type of experience you are looking for. For those who enjoy lively places and want to explore the more bustling side of Pattaya, the visit can be a unique experience. For those seeking something quieter and more sophisticated, it may be better to explore other areas of the city. Regardless of your choice, Pattaya has attractions for all traveler profiles. The city goes far beyond SOI 6 and nightlife, offering incredible beaches, Buddhist temples, paradise islands, and a rich cuisine worth experiencing. The important thing is to plan your trip according to what you really want to live and to enjoy each moment as best as possible. Now, I want to know your opinion. Have you ever visited SOI 6? Are you interested in getting to know it? What caught your attention the most about this street? Leave your comment below because I read all of them and always reply. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as it helps a lot with the channel's promotion. And if you are not subscribed yet, take the opportunity to subscribe and activate the notification bell. This way, you won't miss any content about travel, culture, and amazing destinations around the world. Thank you very much for joining me on this walk through SOI 6. See you in the next video.